What was your favourite part of the programme?
For me, it was being able to give the clarity on what it takes to be a leader. I think it's shown what everyday actions, what effect that had on others, both positive and negative. And as a result of that, it made me do a lot of reflection on myself. So it was good to take that reflection, take my learnings and being able to adapt my approaches to put in practice going forward.
Were there any particular things, any moment when you think, wow, this is really cool? Is there a sort of like a jumping off point?
I don't think it was so much, oh, that's cool. It was more, oh, that's me, or that's not,
Yeah.
not me. So it was, again, through the reflection, I realised there's a lot of things we were talking about and saying that's the normal, that's my stock way of responding. And it probably shouldn't be. Realising then the impact that's having on others, or the lack of impact it's having in some cases.
What would you point out as your top 3 things that you've learned?
Being able to lead with empathy. So understanding different people's perspectives. What comes with that is being able then to effectively communicate. I think communication's taught at a lot of different levels, but being able to be clear, but also being able to listen. I think that's a big point, and realising how important that is. And then equally being able to then give feedback on the back of that in a way that you can bring people on your journey.
Yeah.
Then finally is the reward and recognition piece. Being able to show my appreciation for, probably back then it was almost, you should be doing it, it's your job. It's taking that moment to take a step back and reward them and recognise for the work that they are doing.
So how do you feel you've grown as a leader?
There's been a lot of things, and I think it comes from a lot of the discussions we've been having. A lot of the videos, there's key sort of phrases or there's quotes that I've taken away. And I found myself repeating a lot of your comments, Jeff, in the "isn't that interesting?" Before, there's a lot of, I'm taking the time now when I'm getting asked questions is to go back and challenge back rather than just answer the question. Again, talking a bit about the superheroitis, it's taking a time back and going, what do you think about this? Already knowing the answer myself, or even when people come to me and give me an answer that I know, it's always isn't that interesting. So just changing the way that I communicate. So yeah, I realised I was doing that quite a lot.
Which bits did you find most beneficial? Which did you enjoy most?
So I enjoyed the conversations. It was all positive, all good. But I enjoyed the conversations and hearing other people's views and how they've taken the content we've just listened to, because they give a different slightly view of how they've interpreted it, both correct, but just sort of added to them my knowledge. There was a lot of real and honest conversations within those conversations. So it was from everyone else's experiences. Equally, within those discussions, there was additional sort of phrases and key quotes that's really stuck with me, and made a point to mark those in my notes. And they're the ones that I go back to and review. I know we've talked about the identity iceberg. Again, just talking on the phrase that you mentioned, isn't that interesting? So those sort of things really stuck with me and enjoyed.
Do you intend to carry on?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a lot of the processes and systems that we put in place, just making sure that they're done until I can embed that in myself and know the correct way we're doing it, but also how to then react in certain situations. Not only that, there's definitely other people that within the business that can benefit from it. So in order for me to be able to build their competencies, build them as a leader, I need to refine myself. But there's also snippets and concepts and systems within those videos that we're using to share really and build them and bring them along the way.
Have you noticed things in a new way or new things in rewatching the videos when you've done that?
Yeah, I think it's through personal experiences. So once I'm trying to implement certain ways, when I've then gone and rewatched the video, I've taken it in a slightly different way based on the reaction from my new way of dealing with it. That makes sense. I think it's just because I've got more of an understanding on what's being talked about, I can give it a different kind of context and I can take it in a slightly different way, which is a better way because I'm understanding it more.
So what's next on your leadership journey for you? What are you excited about going forward?
I'm excited to keep growing as a leader. First and foremost, I'm in the early stages of a new role following a recent promotion. So I'm looking forward to putting those refined skills and newly learned skills into practice to continue to build a strong and motivated team.
Tell me, what would you say to someone who is considering embarking on a leadership program?
I'd say it's definitely beneficial. I think everybody has a view on what leadership is, but I think this really opens your eyes and gives you then the detail on how to become a better leader. Not only on how to do it, but the benefits of what that leadership skill gives you. So if you are looking, I think you should go ahead with it.
Thank you so much for your time today. And thank you for all your contributions to the program.
Thank you very much, Jeff.